Hey guys, it's Kish,
And it's Roland here.
and we're from Porygon Tube, and we're back with the Round 5 action from the Geelong League Challenge. In this round, we'll be featuring David on the left, playing Volcanion, versus Henry on the right, playing Mega Scizor. Both these players are 4-0 at this point and doing extremely well. This is the penultimate round, so just one more after this, and the winner of this will go to 5-0 and be almost certainly guaranteed a top 4 finish and some championship points. So, what do you think about the matchup, Roland?
Yeah, so this is a very important match. Unfortunately for Henry, it's a match that he has very little chance of winning. Scizor, to put it bluntly, is not very good against Volcanion. The first reason is weakness. Scizor is a deck that really relies on not being one-hit KO'd. It really needs to be 2-hit KO'd or 3-hit KO'd. If it's getting knocked out in one hit with relative ease, it's something that Volcanion can do quite easily. It's just really going to struggle, especially when Scizor can't one-hit KO either the regular Volcanion or Volcanion EX. It can't one-hit KO either of them. So you're just going to see a kind of a losing battle here. The only way that you feel that that Henry can really get ahead is if the Volcanion player just draws dead. But we'll see how that unfolds.
Yeah, unfortunately, Scizor relies a lot on disruption as well, discarding special energy in stadiums. Volcanion doesn't really run any special energy and doesn't need the stadiums in this matchup because of the weakness. So Scizor, of course, weak to fire. Volcanion, dual type fire water. It's going to be murder, I think. So Henry starts off with the Jinx. He's going first, and he Ultra Balls a Metal Energy and a Max Potion. Let's see what he finds here. So he's just searching through his deck. Important tip for new players, always search through your deck at the earliest opportunity to see what's prized, because it's going to influence what decisions you make throughout the game. So Henry going for a Shaman here. Fairly standard off a first turn Ultra Ball. Let's see.
Possibly the only option you might see more than that is Hooper.
Ooh, so he actually attached the Spirit Link to the Jinx?
Yeah, so possibly Hooper was prized.
Yeah.
That's probably the most likely explanation at this point.
So he just Shamans for 2 and passes. Wow, so the battle just got even harder for Henry. He's got absolutely nothing to work with.
Yeah, that hand doing him no favours. So we see a Sycamore. However, it doesn't. Interesting that the energy was played on the active. You ideally want to play down a regular Volcanion attached to it and then use its attack to boost energy support on your bench.
Yeah, I think David might just be sensing weakness here and just going for a quick KO on the Jinx followed by the Shaman. Maybe he's got a Float Stone, so he'll be able to Pokemon Ranger. Maybe he plays Max Elixirs as well, so he can power up his bench fairly easily.
Yeah, quite possibly. We don't know exactly what his build is at
we do see a Max Elixir here.
There we go.
So look at the top 6 cards. If you find an energy there, basic energy, you can attach it to one of your bench Pokemon.
Whiffs on that.
Fortunately, whiffs.
But see there, let's just say he did get that Max Elixir. He probably would have preferred that he didn't attach the energy before Sycamore, so then he could attach an energy from his hand on the bench. He'll have 2 energy, and then the following turn he can attack with it.
Yep.
Also, one thing to note is that Jinx doesn't have very much HP. It could just be knocked out by a regular Volcanion in addition to Steam Up. So, I think there's a world where that attachment to the active is good, but I think possibly might not have been.
Yeah.
But it's easy to.
I think it's
the bleachers and criticize.
Absolutely. It's also a fairly conservative play, I think, just to guarantee yourself.
Yeah, absolutely. There is that risk that you don't draw an energy off
Yeah.
Sycamore, and when you're so heavily advantaged in a particular matchup, you just want to play it as safe as possible. Even though it might be on average slower, it means that you don't have the possibility for something really wrong to happen, like just missing energies over and over again. Unlikely with how many energies Volcanion does play, but possible. And when you're at a 90-10 matchup or something like that, could even be worse. Yeah, you don't want to introduce any risk when possible.
Yeah, so he just Ultra Balls, grabs a Shaman. He's going to set up for 5 cards, I believe. And he draws a lot of energy and an energy retrieval. So he's all set on the energy front. Henry, what's his tactics here? Scizor is a fairly linear deck. It can only hit the active, so there's no Lysander stall coming and spreading to the bench or anything. So he just attaches to the Shaman and passes. Very grim.
This is looking like an inevitability at this point. And we do see that attachment to... Oh, no, that's an Entei.
It's a Combat Blaze Entei. So a very interesting card. Of course, does more damage for your opponent's bench.
Yeah,
I
yeah. So
believe.
similar to Mind Jack
Mhm.
on Zorai.
And he actually retreats to the Entei and just
So its first attack, you get to look at the top four
Right.
cards of your deck and attach any fire energy you get.
good knowledge of the Pokemon. Roland, I had no idea. So and we see the Absol come down.
Not quite as useful as it was in the first round,
No.
unfortunately.
So of course we featured Henry in round 1, playing against Alfred with Gyarados. So if you haven't seen that matchup, definitely go check it out. It was a really good game. So unfortunately that Absol, which came in big back then, pretty useless now.
Yep. So yeah, we see that attack from Entei. Interesting that he's leading with Entei. I suppose it has the benefit of you don't have that. You can't attack next turn clause that you have on the Volcanion EX, and he probably can't search for a regular Volcanion, which you probably prefer to attack with than this. But yeah, it's better than attacking with Volcanion EX, so I like it.
So so he steams up twice and takes a knockout.
And at this point, this is do or die.
So what's Henry going to do? He just passes, and I think that should be the... Oh, if we get an energy here and an energy attachment from hand, he can just retreat the Entei and then knock out the Shaman with Volcanic Heat. So this could be the end of the game, and we might be moving to a very quick game 2. So let's see if he can draw the one energy he needs, and there it is, off the
one energy that...
and he actually uses Steam Up? Okay. That's interesting.
Entei does have 2 retreat, right? He could just attach him to the bench.
I thought he could have just attached to the bench and retreated. Attaches a Fighting Fury Belt. Another Steam Up. So he uses Energy Retrieval.
So I think he's going to take a knockout with 3 steam ups. I think is the gist of that. He takes the game by using 20 damage from 30 from the Entei plus the 3 steam ups. So that's 120.
Yep. So
possibly could have just retreated to the Volcanion.
That's not the point of the deck.
You've got to use steam up. Yeah, you absolutely got to steam up.
So get steamed. So we move on to a quick game 2. Henry, at least if you're going to lose fast. At least if you're going to lose fast.
Yeah, absolutely.
No question of time, I don't think, coming into play.
Yeah, I don't think Scizor Volcanion is a matchup that's going to go to time. Although, look, maybe the only way that you could see Henry winning is in a really long, protracted game where the Volcanion player just doesn't draw anything, and maybe that could last a while. So, but it seems unlikely.
So unfavourable for Henry. If David has energy, he's pretty much set. That's all he needs in this matchup.
The only saving grace is maybe, David just gets stuck attacking with Volcanion EX and he can't follow up with another attack because of that. Because you can't attack with Volcanic Heat twice in a row. And then maybe that sort of allows Henry to get like a pseudo one-hit knockout. With just attacking twice. And, maybe then draws badly for an N or something and it's possible.
Really clutching at straws here from Henry's point of view. It's not too good, but he's a great player, so I'm sure he'll try and find a way.
Is there, he will absolutely find a way to do it. Yeah, I think this is quite characteristic of the format we currently have, is that you've got these big decks and they rely on not being one-hit KO'd. But of course, one thing you can't avoid is weakness. And if there's going to be a deck out there that just hits your type, and quite simply, you just really can't deal with that. We're not doing it with Night Much anymore with these like really small Pokemon that are meant to get knocked out in one hit, and it doesn't matter what the weakness is. Here, weakness is absolutely a huge factor in this format. There's so many decks. I mean, say for Volcanion, let's just say Volcanion was up against Gyarados. Well, suddenly that weakness is going to, turn the match up totally the other way, and you can pick any of the top decks, and weakness is a big factor.
So Henry just Ultra Balls, grabs a Hooper, and then 3 EXs, 2 Scizors, and a Shaman. Pretty standard stuff.
See, the thing is, and this is where it just becomes even more difficult, is he can't even get a knockout turn 2 on that Volcanion. He can't attack going first, so he can't use Steel Wing to soften it up. He can't get damage on the board to then move with Absol. 120 is just short of knocking out that Volcanion with 130 HP. You can't even really sort of rush them early and hope that they don't draw anything because it's just
It's just really a bad matchup. If you're a Scizor, this is easily the worst matchup you can face.
Yeah. And conversely, if anything, David's the one who can get the knockout on the first turn. 2 steam ups and a Fury Belt, and Volcanion will actually one shot
for one energy.
For 1 energy, and get more energy on the bench.
Yeah.
It just shows you how lopsided this matchup is. Not to bleed on about it, but it's what you're seeing in front of you, and there's no way it's going to change really.
So really, Henry's just got to hope that David's just got a dead hand. And as you say, can get a 2-hit KO on the Volcanion. That's his only real win condition here. So he's gotten off to a pretty good start as far as the Scizor deck's concerned, but he didn't get an energy.
Doesn't get an energy. That's not good. He needs to put on pressure.
So
he does play Mega Turbo, so it's possible for him to still get an attack off next turn.
So really nice turn here from David. Gets an attachment to the active and a Fury Belt, and gets to discard his 2, I guess you could say, techie supporters.
Yeah, they're sort of niche supporters that you really want in those specific situations. Yeah, absolutely. You want them in the discard so that Versus Seeker can search them out.
So, and he gets to grab a Volcanion here. So, he's got an N in hand as well, so he'll be able to steam up and then N. So, yep, there we see the steam up. And deciding whether or not to end, knowing Henry didn't get any energy last turn, but he does decide to end.
Yeah.
And
I suppose
Henry catching the energy retrieval in the discard. So, yeah, I mean...
Yeah, and then moving the energy into the discard. And not having any of that.
Yeah.
Get that into the discard. It's a trade-off. You know, on the one hand, Henry didn't play much last turn, but on the other hand, I mean, David really had nothing else in his hand.
No.
You've more or less got to play it.
Yeah, and if David sets up, he wins.
Exactly, you just want to play as low risk as possible. It doesn't matter if Henry sets up, as long as you set up.
There's nothing that Henry can do to stop David if he sets up. So, and here we see a second steam up, maybe? Yep, he's got the energy to do it. So that baby Volcanion is hitting that 90 damage now, and that will be a 1-hit KO on the Scizor EX.
This is grim.
For 1 energy.
And it's getting 2 energy to attach to the baby Volcanions.
Yeah.
Oh, the humanity. It is not looking good.
And so Henry just promotes the Hooper. Sacrificial Lamb, most likely. Because he could attack with the Mega Scizor this turn, providing he gets a Mega Turbo and the Mega Scizor.
Yeah, honestly, I think maybe even just a high risk strategy, saying, you know what, I'm going to bet the farm on it, I'm going to attack with Scizor this turn, but even then...
Yeah.
And then just hope David just doesn't draw into any energy.
So...
I just feel like sort of sacrificing something isn't really going to work.
No, definitely
It's going to give David more time to draw into more and more
energy.
energy. If he's got 2 prizes left and a fully charged Volcanion, there's literally nothing Henry can do.
Yep. So... Yeah, he's probably going to go for that rush strategy, and because the 2 Volcanion EXs on the bench, as you said before, they it's hard to stream attacks with them. So as you correctly said, it might get to a situation where Henry can 2-hit them because David can't move the active Volcanions to attack again. So
it does get that flow stone. Yeah.
Yep.
So yeah, that's probably why he promoted it, because he knew that he had that flow stone. So it's just non-committal. So smart play there. So he does have, the ability, if he does draw a Mega Scizor and a Mega Turbo, to attack this turn. Then provided David doesn't draw, well, he would need, could he do it with... Yeah, so if he had another Volcanion and another Steam Up, so
that would
3
be...
Steam Ups, then that could knock out a Mega Scizor.
Yeah, that would be 120.
But yeah, look, that's not obviously not a guarantee. So yeah, if the Mega Scizor could 2-hit KO that Volcanion and...
So just a pass from Henry. So 2 Steam Ups.
2 Steam Ups.
A Lysander, and we're going to see
that's
the Scizor go down.
Pretty much the game.
That's... don't want to laugh, but it's just really funny how little Henry can do here. I don't think there's a more lopsided matchup in this meta right now.
Yeah, there's always... in every format there are those lopsided matchups, and I think this is probably one of the most lopsided in the format.
So Henry's got a Lysander. Not sure what he's going to do with it. So yeah, I think...
Well, you can commend him for not scooping, because there's no reason... Well, if he just holds on for another half hour, he can get a tie maybe.
Exactly.
So
Well,
yeah,
actually,
he'd need to win.
He'd need to win a game. Oh, he sends up the Jinx. Brutal. Why? The humanity.
Yeah.
So,
The big metal Hindenburg is
I know.
crashing down. It's not looking good.
So, David on his side just needs an energy and a Lysander, and he'll win the game. Oh, he actually plays Energy Reset, which is a great card in Volcanion. Lets you pick up as many energy as you want from the field.
That's a very interesting card. It
Yeah.
allows you to steam up, use energies that are on your board to steam up with, and that could.
Yeah, so it is a one-off card that we sometimes see in Volcanion lists, not always, but it's very useful because, as you said, Roland, you can get those energy back to steam up. So let's see what David does here. Is that a floatstone that he attaches to the bench?
Yeah, Volcanion on his bench.
So he doesn't really have to do a whole lot here. He's going to knock out the Jinx. Henry can't one-hit the Scizor EX or the baby Volcanion. So
no, it's looking like an inevitability at this point.
So yeah, not a lot to say really. Just not in Henry's favour. Nothing he can do.
Nice playmat.
Yeah.
Respect the great ball.
Absolutely.
And on David's side, a nice purple mat, understated, ultra pro, looking good.
Looking good. So both these players have done extremely well to get to this point, 4-0, and I think we're going to see Henry go down here. So David is going to move to 5-0, undefeated in the tournament.
Yeah, very impressive record. Absolutely commendable.
Yeah, and
Parallel City. So does that damage reduction occur before weakness resistance or after? That's got to test.
I believe. I'm not too sure. My gut is telling me before.
Yeah, that's what my gut's telling me as well.
But
my gut's also telling me I don't think it's going to make a difference.
Yeah. So I should probably read the cards. But yeah, no, I think it is before, but it's irrelevant in this matchup.
Yeah. No, it is, of course, because you're hitting for 130, even if you're subtracting the 20 before, it's 110 times 2. It's going to knock out that mega Scizor. Unless it has a shield energy.
Yeah. So we'll see. David just needs to get that Volcanion out of the active, just an energy to retreat it. Or, yeah, that's pretty much it, really. The slow death by 1,000 knives for Henry. There's the energy. And Henry scoops up his cards, and that's the game.
Well played by David. Great to be on a 5-0-0 record. Henry, great showing by him as well.
Yeah.
4-1-0.
Yeah. So
very good.
We didn't actually record the last round of this tournament because it was going to be another Volcanion Scizor match. As interesting as they are, I don't think you guys wanted to see that. So congratulations to David. He actually went on to win this tournament, undefeated at 6-0. So big congratulations for him for winning the first league challenge of the season. So thanks for listening, guys. Hope you enjoyed all the videos. Definitely hit that subscribe button if you liked them. Plenty more content to come. Cheers. See ya.
See you guys.